Well, good day, smart traders. I trust each and every one of you are ready for another profitable day within the market. Let's kick things off by having a look at today's economic calendar.
Today's economic calendar is absolutely jam-packed full of black star events, with everything from the UK all the way to the Eurozone releasing their official interest rate decision today. The UK will release their interest rate statement at 2 o'clock South African time, where we are expecting a 50 basis point hike. The Eurozone will be releasing their interest rate decision at 3:15 South African Standard Time, and we are also expecting a 50 basis point hike there. And after last night's Federal Reserve interest rate decision, there is definitely going to be quite a lot of volatility within the market today.
Let's move on by having a look at what's making headlines within the financial markets today.
In currency news, the dollar tumbled to a 9-month low against a basket of currencies, even after the Federal Reserve reiterated its commitment to keep hiking interest rates, with markets betting that the ensuing economic headwinds will force the bank into cutting rates as soon as this year. The dollar index slumped 1% after the federal decision to 101.08 points, its weakest level since April 2022. Now let's move over and see what's making headlines on Wall Street. Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500 ended the day higher, following a mixed regular session as traders digested a widely expected 0.25% rate hike from the Federal Reserve policymakers, with Chairman Jerome Powell noting that officials remain unconvinced that inflation is easing over the long term. In commodity news, oil prices settled lower after sliding more than $3 a barrel in the session after the US government data showed big builds in crude oil, gasoline and distillant inventories, and the OPEC and its allies stuck to their output policy. US crude oil and fuel inventories rose last week to their highest level since June 2021. Crude inventories climbed 4.1 million barrels in the week ending January 27th to 452.7 million barrels, much steeper than the 0.4 million barrel rise that analysts had forecasted. It was the 6th straight weekly build, and refining utilization declined and net imports climbed. Gold prices rose to a 9-month high after rallying sharply in the prior session as the Federal Reserve committed to keep raising interest rates, dented the dollar, and pushed up fears of a potential economic slowdown this year. The yellow metal largely outperformed its peers this week, with the Fed meeting serving to increase gold's appeal as a safe haven. Gold prices surged over 1% after the Fed hiked interest rates by a relatively smaller 25 basis points and acknowledged its progress against inflation. But the central bank also expressed uncertainty over where interest rates will peak. And finally, let's finish things off with cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin prices are rising and gaining pace above the $23,500 resistance as investor confidence returns. Bitcoin climbed to a new yearly high after the Fed increased rates by 25 basis points. Bitcoin is up over 3%, and there was a clear move above the 23,800 resistance.
So that is it from us here at Smart Online Trader. Should you be interested in any additional services that we offer, kindly get in touch with us or simply click on one of the links in the description below. As always, may the force be with you. Cheers.